Alright guys, welcome to This Week in Wrestling, covering everything that's gone on over the course of this past week, a week which seen WWE issuing the brand split and hold the 2016 WWE Draft live Tuesday night on Smackdown. I'll put the full list of drafted superstars up on screen so you can see who went where, including the undrafted Heath Slater, who's now been listed as a free agent and could go to either show, either join the Social Outcasts on Raw or flying solo on Smackdown. As for NXT, we've seen 6 picks featuring 7 NXT stars, with Finn Balor and Nia Jax being drafted to Raw, and American Alpha, Carmella, Mojo Rawley and Alexa Bliss all heading to SmackDown. In terms of championships, Raw leads the way as they have the Women's, Tag Team and United States Championships alongside the upcoming return of the Cruiserweight Championship, while SmackDown have the WWE World Heavyweight and Intercontinental Championships. However, that could all change this weekend at Battleground, which could actually see Raw walk away with all championships on their show. In this week's Question of the Week, we're asking what you thought of the draft, which show you're most looking forward to, and who has the best roster. You can see Twitter responses across the bottom of the screen, but get involved and let me know your thoughts in the comments. Moving on, and one thing missing from the draft was any returning superstars. However, that may be about to change as Teddy Long appeared on the Gerwig Report podcast to discuss the draft, and he revealed he'd spoken to MVP, who said he's signed a deal with WWE and is currently awaiting clearance to return to the ring. So it appears MVP is now under contract to WWE, and it's just a matter of time before we see him return to TV. It's just a question of which brand will it be on. Aside from MVP returning, while speaking with MVP, Teddy Long also said he was told another former star would be returning in the gold standard Shelton Benjamin. Unfortunately, Teddy didn't go into any specifics on this one, but with this news coming from Teddy himself, it seems to be from a credible source and could well mean we'll see Shelton following suit and join MVP back in WWE. According to PW Insider, also set to return both Rhino, who we've seen on NXT, and former WWE star Kurt Hawkins. Both are said to have signed deals that'll see them called up to the main roster, where they're rumoured to be part of the Smackdown brand. Staying with the brand split, and yesterday seen Raw GM Mick Foley and Smackdown GM Daniel Bryan reveal new logos for their respective brands. Judging by the responses on Twitter, a lot of people didn't seem too impressed with the new logos, especially Raw, as they do look a little bit basic, but keep in mind we've seen the same thing in the past when WWE have updated logos, and we've seen basic versions to begin with before seeing the finished product like with these past versions. Congratulations are in order this week, as while WWE may not have mentioned it on TV, Charlotte this week became the longest running Divas/Women's Champion after she surpassed Nikki Bella's reign of 302 days. Speaking of Nikki, she posted a photo on Instagram yesterday with the caption, "Good news from Doc, next stop, ... followed by a photo of the WWE Performance Center indicating that she's been cleared to begin training following neck surgery. Meanwhile, the New Day can also celebrate as they beat Brian Kendrick and Paul London to become the longest reigning WWE Tag Team Champions, surpassing the previous record of 331 days. To celebrate, WWE announced some brand new merchandise for the trio this week, with news that Toys R Us will be selling exclusive New Day Pop Vinyls this fall, as well as news that Booty-O's are now a real cereal and can be picked up over at FYE.com. Moving on, and Brock Lesnar surprisingly found himself drafted to SmackDown this week. However, the bigger news was that Lesnar failed a second drug test taken the weekend of UFC 200 for the same banned substance that was found in the first test. According to reports, the two violations will likely be classed as one single doping violation, but that could still see Lesnar banned from competing in UFC for 2 years. As far as any suspension in WWE goes, there's still no word from WWE, aside from last week's statement that simply restated the news Lesnar had failed an out-of-competition test. Switching back to WWE, and 24 former stars including Jimmy Snuka, Road Warrior Animal and Chavo Guerrero Jr. have all filed a lawsuit against WWE over brain injuries. The lawsuit claims WWE failed to care for wrestlers' repetitive head injuries in any medical competent or meaningful manner. The lawsuit also goes on to argue that superstars should have been classed as employees but were misclassified as independent contractors as a way of WWE saving money and not having to adhere to employment rights that they had under federal and state law. WWE issued a statement on the lawsuit claiming it was another ridiculous attempt from the same attorney who previously filed claims against them, only to see those dismissed, with WWE feeling confident the same would happen in this case. Finally, Roman Reigns heads out on the Battleground this Sunday to make his TV return following his 30-day suspension for violating the company's wellness policy, but last night seen him make a surprise appearance at a WWE live event in Newark. The event seen Dean Ambrose defend the WWE Championship against Seth Rollins, only for Rollins to attack Ambrose post-match and then cut a promo holding the belt. This then led to Reigns returning and taking out Seth with a Superman punch before following that up with a spear. The show then ended with Roman picking up the championship and throwing it to Ambrose before heading backstage. WWE have uploaded a video of Reigns' return, so I'll leave a link to the video in the description if you want to check that out. Anyway guys, that brings us to the end of This Week in Wrestling. I hope you've enjoyed it, and if you did, I'd love it if you could drop it a like, as well as let me know your thoughts on all this week's stories in the comments. Until next time, I hope you have an awesome weekend, enjoy Battleground, and I'll catch you later.